In the last video, we showed you how to select a block from a quilt to print the pattern, but you don't have to design a whole quilt in order to print a pattern. Suppose you just want to quickly get into EQ7 and print a pattern. You don't really want to design a quilt. In that case, you don't need to name a project or design a quilt. I'll just click Cancel out of this box, and we can see our project is untitled by looking right here. I'll open the block library and add some blocks to the sketchbook so I can print some patterns. Next, I'll open the sketchbook, find the block I want, and click the Edit button. Now I can see I'm on the block work table. I'll click the Color tab along the bottom to see my colored block. Let's go right down the menu. I've selected Foundation Pattern. EQ will automatically section and number the pattern for you, but if you'd like to make changes, you'll use these tabs to do that. When you're printing from the block work table, you need to set the size you want for the block pattern. Let's preview. I'll close this preview and change the block size, and preview again. It's so easy to get patterns in different sizes. I'll close this printing option, and the next one on the menu is Templates. Again, I'll type the size I want for my block and preview. I can delete and move templates when I'm in Print Preview. Finally, let's look at the rotary cutting pattern. Before we look at this pattern style, I'd like to mention just a couple of important points about the rotary cutting patterns. First, it's important to select a pattern size that matches the style of the block. Second, if you don't select a size that matches the style of the block, then EQ will round the size so the numbers are actually something that you can easily measure and cut. So if it's important that your block's finished size be a precise size, then make sure you select a printing size that matches the style of your block. A 9-patch block, for example, divides evenly into 3 by 3 sections. So printing a pattern for a 9-patch style block works best if you choose a size like 3 inches, 6 inches, 9 inches, 12, 15, 18, 36, and so on. In other words, you need to select a size that the number 3 divides into nicely. So let's look at the pattern. I'll set the size to 9 inches. Each of my sections will be 3 inches in size. When I add my 1/4 inch seam allowance to each side, then I know that I'll need strips to cut 3.5 inches, and that's just what my preview shows. So, as you can see, it's easy to print patterns in many styles and in endless sizes with EQ7. Plus, you don't have to design a whole quilt in order to just print patterns.